Good day traders, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in today's video we're doing a video about how to understand more about impulse and correction. I can't say strategy, but how to understand more about impulse and correction movements that are happening in the market. So let's dive in. So here I have USD cat. So as you guys already know, at first you take your rectangle. You take a trend line. As I do it on my side, I check my trend line, then immediately say break of structure, copy. Okay, paste here. So in this video guys, I will be explaining more about impulse and correction, how to understand those movements that are happening, in the market, because of market moves in impulse and correction way. So here we have what correction, impulse, correction, impulse, correction, impulse there, correction, impulse, correction, impulse, correction, impulse, correction, impulse there, correction, impulse. So that's how market moves, guys. Market moves with a range of impulse, correction ways only, so you guys have to only understand how market moves. So here I'm going to take my rectangle box there to plot my last candlestick before the correction here, because of there we had a nice drop there for our correction movement there, which market left a huge gap there and which filled the gap, which market did come back to fill the gap that was left there. So I'm going to name this high as what, as my correction there. So guys, CR there, that CR stands for what? Stands for correction. Copy, name this one as in my impulse. So IM stand for impulse. Copy, change it to correction. Copy, change this one to impulse. And paste it here, change that one again. Another one is correct. Copy, paste here, copy again, paste it here, copy, paste there, delete this one. Okay, copy again. Let's fix this one. Copy, paste it there. Okay, so here I see something. We have a nice here, we have a nice impulse there. So let me draw that last candlestick there. Last candlestick before the impulse, which market might come to retest. Market hasn't filled the gap there that was left. Correct. So we had correction, impulse, correction there, impulse, correction, impulse. So markets filled the gap that was left behind the correction that occurred in the previous. So correction, impulse there, impulse. So here we have what, we have our zone again, which market might come back here, retest and bounce back. Okay, so we move to another pair. So in other way here we have what, we have AUD cat on H1. So going to name here, I'm going to name it as my impulse. What happened here? Okay, let me do it again. Text, place it there, impulse. Okay, copy, change it to correction, copy, place it there, copy again, copy this one, place it there, copy that one, copy this one again, place it there. Okay, so guys, those texts you see, guys, I named them because of something happened there. Might be impulse movement or correction movement that happened there. Break of structure, copy. Okay, let me adjust this one. Okay, take my rectangle. Okay, make sure that it's well placed on my last candlestick before the impulse. Name it there as my funded area. So here, guys, we have what? We had correction, impulse there, correction, impulse, correction there, impulse, correction. Then from this level we had impulse there. Okay, so market failed to retest this gap that was left, due to the impulse that happened there. So market should retested this. Okay, let me erase. Okay, check my rectangle box because I see something there. Market might retest this even though again. So here we had a nice imbalance. There we had a nice imbalance. So market made a nice correction here and left a nice thing, and which is the best thing here. Market might come here, might come to this level, might come to that level due to that, because due to this impulse there, correction here. So market might come here to fill the gap until here. So that's what I see, because of market hasn't filled the gap yet, and market in which in a theory that I know that market moves in a what? Impulse and correction way, so due to my knowledge, I know, guys, market moves in what? Impulse and correction way, either up or down. So there we have what? There we had a correction, and which market now is in what? Is in an impulse movement, so might retest that level. So here, let me plot this one. So I will wait for market to come here. For market to come here to fill this. Okay, let me fix this one. Okay, so here, guys, we have what? AUD JPY. So here we have what? AUD JPY. Let's go to H2. Let's go to H1. I think we should go to H1. Okay, nice one there. So I'm going to take what? My trend line. Identify my break of structure there. Name is the break of structure. Copy and place it there. So here market respected my break of structure. So it tapped my break of structure, bounce back. So I'm going to name this as my correction due to the drop that happened here. Copy, paste it here. Name this one as the impulse. Paste it here. Okay. Plot this one again, because of market hasn't filled the gap that was left there. So market has to bounce back to fill the gap that was left. You know. Take my rectangle box there. Okay, plot this one because if I see something nice here, so if market break my break of structure, this one I have in my middle here, so might come here to retest my funded area, then bounce back to the upside, which will be respecting the gap that was left there. Come here, from there bounce back. Let me adjust this one. Or market might break my break of structure there, come to retest my funded area, then bounce back to fill the gap. You know, so market might be do that either ways. So in those two ways that I have plotted and show you guys, that might retest back to my break of structure there, then tape bounce back to my funded area, then bounce back to the upside. So due to those, I will be waiting for market to come here. You know, I will be waiting for market to come here to retest my funded area that I have one that on the lower side here. So here guys, we have USDT. Here we have USDT. Going to take my trend line. Name it as a break of structure. Copy. Now let me fix this one. It's not nice. Let me adjust it well. Okay. Name this one as my correction. Copy again, paste it there. Copy again, paste it on downside. Okay, let me delete this one. Delete. Okay, change to impulse. Change even in this one again to impulse. Okay, so I'm going to take my rectangle box there to draw out my last candlestick before the impulse. Then draw my long position there. These people are busy outside and they're making noise. That is disturbing me. So we had this correction impulse there, correction impulse. Check my trend line there. Plot my trend line liquidity. Name it as a trend line liquidity. So in my terminal liquidity, guys, there's an impulse movement there. So market broke my terminal liquidity to change the movement. So in Arabic they call that one as a change of character. So this is what I have for this video, guys. I hope you guys will subscribe to my YouTube channel and like my videos and turn on that notification bell so that you guys will get notified when I drop another video. Thank you, guys.